Okay, year 11, so welcome back. So, you've just been going through trying to get this diagram in your head. We're going to refer to this in a moment, but last lesson we were talking about different methods of contraception. Let's just make some notes on it and we'll go back to the hormones because they're important for this. So, one method of contraception is using barrier methods, B-A-R-R-I-E-R. So we're going to do a flow diagram. Again, you're probably going to want to use most of the page for this. Now, the barrier methods, like the condom, are fantastic in terms of stopping you getting pregnant, but also as a method of preventing STIs. But of course there are problems with these. A condom can tear. And another example, so we're going to write over here, we've got the condom, we've got the diaphragm. DIAPHRAGM. Okay, and they're very good at also preventing STIs. Prevent STIs. And you can add a spermicide to that as well. The spermicide on its own doesn't work as well. Only has a 70% effectiveness. So on the other extreme, we're going to have a look at some extreme methods, depending on how you want to define extreme. Okay, so we're going to put this as other. So in here, we're going to include abstinence. That's when you don't have sex, so that you don't get pregnant. Then there's no chance of the egg and the sperm meeting. And there's also sterilization. Now in sterilization, whoops, I'm running off the page. In sterilization, they might tie the oviduct so that the egg can't move through. They might remove the ovary and uterus completely if they're doing a hysterectomy. And in the male, they will obviously prevent the sperm from traveling along the sperm duct. That is known as a vasectomy, and those are permanent methods. However, there's a very small chance apparently that tubes can regrow together. It's happened. Probably caused a little bit of a problem along the way. And then the next method is using hormones. Now there's different combinations that you can get, all based on hormones, and they found in tablets known as contraceptive pills and often referred to as the pill. Now they control the menstrual cycle, but they also can prevent you from becoming pregnant. So let's have a look at an estrogen-based pill. So going back to our notes here, let's have a look at what estrogen does. Okay, so over here we said that one of the things that estrogen does is it inhibits FSH production. So if you're regularly taking estrogen, that means that FSH won't be produced. That means that an egg won't ripen, and if an egg doesn't ripen, it's not going to be able to be released. So by using estrogen to inhibit FSH, that's what the estrogen pill is going to do. So it inhibits FSH, so eggs don't mature. Okay, the other option is a progesterone pill. Now, very important, none of these are acting as barriers, so they cannot prevent you from getting a sexually transmitted disease. But let's have a look at what progesterone did. So if you have progesterone, what it does is it causes that lining to thicken, and there's a thick mucus that actually stops the sperm from reaching the egg. But have a look over here. The progesterone also inhibits the release of LH and FSH. That means an egg cannot be released, so no ovulation takes place. And it also stops FSH, which is what happens over there as well. So that's a bit of a double whammy. And at the same time, one of the advantages of taking a progesterone pill is that the lining of the uterus is maintained, so you don't have a period very often. So going over here, we're going to say it inhibits LH and FSH. And then you get a combined pill. And the combined pill, as the name implies, has both estrogen plus progesterone. Now sometimes there can be some side effects, so if it doesn't quite make you feel well, so there could be headaches, there could be weight gain involved, then it's a case of speaking to your doctor and they'll try different combinations. So there's other ways other than having a pill. So we've mentioned a pill. What they could do is they could have a patch that is stuck to your arm, and what that patch does is it also contains estrogen and progesterone. So it's a continuous release, and the advantage of that is you don't need to have to remind yourself to take a pill every day. You can also get it in the form of an injection, which lasts 2 to 3 months. Again, if you're likely to forget and don't mind an injection, that is a good option. And then the doctor can insert or a nurse can insert an intrauterine device into your uterus. And what that does is it kills any sperm, and it also stops implantation. So it kills sperm and it stops the fertilized egg from implanting into the uterus to grow. Implantation. And they usually have some progesterone with them as well. And also they can be made out of plastic or copper. They have to be removed every so often. Right, so quite a lot for you to look at over there. What I'd like you to do for the rest of the lesson is think about your revision cards. What question could you create that helps you test and get in your head the concepts that you've learned today. If you're really brave, you could have a question saying, describe the hormones controlling the menstrual cycle, and have this whole picture on your card, because if you can quickly draw this picture, you will absolutely be able to answer any questions about this, as well as hormones as contraceptives. So you've got the rest of the lesson to work on your revision cards, to get this in your head, and in our next lesson we are going to look at how we can control fertility. So people who can't get pregnant, how the medical staff could help them become pregnant. Work hard and take care.